political analyst, and my colleague, Kirsten Powers. Kirsten once had a relationship with Mr. Weiner a long time ago. Kirsten, it's a pleasure. Welcome back to Freedom Watch.
Good to be here.
He resigned. You called for his resignation. Were you surprised that he resigned, given his tenacity and his public statements that he would never resign? Or were you surprised that it took him this long?
I was surprised that he resigned, though when I read yesterday that the Ethics Committee had started their investigation and how expensive it is to defend yourself against an ethics investigation. It can be hundreds of thousands of dollars up to $1 million. Then I thought, you know, this could be the thing that sort of pushes him over the edge, because he doesn't have that kind of money to go into an ethics investigation that could potentially, you know, be very damaging to him. So after that, I thought there was a decent chance that he would resign.
In your view, Kirsten, is this another case where the cover-up was worse than the behavior that he was attempting to cover up? Or if he had said, look, I did this stuff, something just overcame me, I did it, I was wrong, I'm going to get some help, and I'm going to go back to serve my constituents in Congress, rather than lying to you, to Bret Baier, to the media, to everybody that would listen to him, might this have had a happier ending for Anthony Weiner?
Well, it probably would have gone better for him if he had just, you know, come clean initially. Yeah, certainly. Do I think that it's just the cover-up that is the problem? Absolutely not. And it's gotten pretty much no coverage in the media. The fact that he was acting as a predator and you know, making these advances to women who really had done nothing to invite them. You know, all they were doing was trying to communicate with somebody they admired, a congressman, somebody that they think is this great fighter for democratic values. And we have 3 women saying, you know, and then, you know, I get this picture out of the blue, or he talks to me about his quote-unquote package. You know, this is predator sexual harassment type behavior that people really should be taking more seriously.
Are you surprised that no one really knew this about him? I mean, this had been going on for a long period of time with a large number of women from all types of women, though most of them young and attractive women, to those of us here who work here, who have interviewed him and interacted with him all the time. He's such a character. He's so forceful. This was the farthest thing from our thoughts, that this guy was secretly doing this stuff.
Well, it's very reckless, certainly, and it is surprising that it didn't come out sooner. In fact, if you think about it, it wouldn't have come out at all if he hadn't made a mistake himself. It's not because any of the women came forward and said anything. It's because he tried to send a message that accidentally went public. So certainly it's a surprise, I think, that he would do something that's so reckless. And, you know, you could assume that over time, someone would have probably leaked this stuff. I don't think this kind of stuff stays secret forever.
You know his personality, you know his intellect, and you know his tenacity. Is there a, I almost can't ask you this with a straight face, but I have to, is there a political future in New York for Anthony Weiner?
There could be. You know, I mean, I've talked to a lot of my friends in New York, and they say, no, it's over, it's done. But, you know, no one's ever over and done anymore, in my experience. And, you know, like you brought up Eliot Spitzer, who's the perfect example. You know, now, whether Eliot Spitzer could win elected office again is questionable. But given enough time passes. Anthony's young. You know, he is very smart. His press conference today, I thought he was very defiant. I didn't think he really showed a lot of humility. So I don't get the sense that he feels that, you know, he needs to go sort of shrinking into the background. So, you know, I would expect to see more of him. I would expect him to find some other role.
Kirsten Powers, it's always a pleasure, no matter what we're talking about. Thanks for coming to Freedom Watch.
Thank you, Judge.
The Tea Party